This video is made possible by 343 Studios.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We have yet another comparison video for you. We are going to be comparing this 90 watt mover, which is a mini mover, but it's medium in size compared to the big movers. It does have pretty good bang for its buck, but I mean, they make them in all sizes. This is a medium mover to me. Has a LCD screen here on the front. Has 4 buttons to control the programming in the motherboard, which you have menu, up, down, and enter. It has a 540, I think I said in my last video 580. It's I believe a 540 or 560 pan. And it also has a 200, it's not a 180, it's a 200 and some, back and forth of the head. It has on the back, which a lot of the older moving heads have PowerCon, the newer, or PowerCon, IECs, or AC plugs. These are basically what normally power your tower on your computer. So it's about the same. It's a nice little light. I think it is, it's okay. It has 2 or 3 fans in it. We have one here, sucking air in, one blowing out, and then we have a fan on the back. This also has prisms. I don't know if you can see it right here, but there's a little type of a projector that comes down in front that projects the single picture into triple. They do make them with 6. This is not a Shehds light. This is just a regular off-brand light. Shehds has pretty much the same identical light as this, except it is a 6 prism instead of a 3. So if you want to go check this out version with Shehds, you can. It is still 90 watt, and I'm pretty sure it looks identical. They do have road cases for these too. Little itty bitty road cases. You can get a set of 2 singles and I believe 4 head. So you could put 4 of these, which I like them. They're not too bad. But what we are comparing it to is this guy. This is Shehds 100 watt LED mini mover. Well, it's not. It's a medium sized mover. If you have a truss that's not rated for a whole lot of weight and you want to use, mini movers are the way to go. They're lightweight. They're easy. This one here comes with brackets. I have the brackets off right now, so it would sit on the table, but it comes with 4 brackets. The little screws are right here. You mount them here, so it takes 2 clamps, 4 brackets. So, and then this one, it's just a little deal that you screw on there, and it's got a hole so you can put a clamp or a bolt, depending on if you're permanently mounting this. But this one comes with one of those really cool mounts that you just put in and turn and lock, which you've all seen in previous videos that I've done. Now, this just has buttons and a small LED readout or screen. This one here has a full-fledged, like, readable screen enough on this that does. I mean, it's got a nice little plastic piece over it. They don't seem like they're going to break off. I have had some smaller moving wash heads, and these little buttons broke off just from vibration. I mean, these just don't, they got covers over them. The buttons are actually behind the buttons, or the little cover there. One thing that's different with this one, having your main beam coming out here. Now, they probably could right here and possibly even right here if they wanted to, but this one has a color wash around it. Very, very nice color wash, and you can see that in this clip right here. Okay, so now that you've seen how the color wash work, and you're kind of seeing how this moving head works. We're going to jump back to the 90 watt. I've got some video that I've taken previously from gigs and other videos I've done of how this works. they're both pretty nice lights. What I like about this one more than I do this one is the gobos and the crispness of, like, the crisp and clarity, that's what I'm looking for, of the picture, the gobos. Like, this has a motorized focus on it. It knows when it needs to focus. This one has one too, but there'll be sometimes where it doesn't focus. There'll be some gobos it will, some it won't. I've not seen this one in an auto show not focus. Like, just, it's always focused. It's prism. They got really color. I believe it's 6. I believe this is a 6 prism. It is a little bit lighter. It's not as heavy. This one, I need to get a scale so I can start weighing this stuff. But this one's definitely a little bit heavier, maybe another 5 or 6 pounds more than this one. This one here on the side, the 90 watt, just has a fan. There's no handles, so you either have to grab it by this, which is not smart because this is where all the belts and the wiring and all that go that run this part, and the gears. So I wouldn't really want to plan on picking this up. Either you have to have the clamps on the bottom of it, pick it up with that, or you have to pick it up from the base. This one, little handles. So you don't have to worry about hurting anything because they're designed. If you want to take them off, or if you have to take them off to work on the unit, there's little screws here on the side, 4 on each handle. You just unscrew those and they come right off. So again, the fans on this one has 3. This one has 1 on the back, and it looks like in and out on this one. So they both have the same amount of fans. This one here has a IEC, and then it has the DMX in and DMX out. It says output and input. They should have put DMX in and DMX out. I mean, in case someone would get confused. This one here says DMX in, DMX out. Has a locking DMX in and DMX out. So if you shove it in there, which I have a DMX cable here. This is the out one. It locked in. I can't pull it out without pushing this button for it to come out. Okay, now the in. Most of these clips, if you get the good ones, have a little bitty deal. This is actually one that Shehds sent me with a different light, and it locks in. Now let's pull this one out. On this one, on the input, it won't seem to let me push it in all the way to lock it. Like, see, I could pull it out without even having to push that button. That's all the further it goes, and it's not locking. So it can wiggle and come loose. The in, or the out one, just goes in. I mean, it seems to stay in, but it doesn't lock. You can pull it right out. So, and DMX too, always make sure you get a good DMX cable. These that lock together, that are the real thick cords, that have the locking and the metal ends, are the best. You got a power on and power off. I believe that's off and that's on. We have a fuse, so if something's not working, take a little screwdriver and unscrew that. A little tube fuse will pop out. Sometimes you may have to check those. And then you have, this one has a power out and a power in. So, you can plug it to the in, and it will lock in. That PowerCon cable will not come out. And then they make what's called a male and female PowerCon jumper. So it would plug into here. The white end's going to go here, and you're going to run your blue end to the next unit, which this one is not PowerCon. This one is IEC. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the startup times on these, just to show you when you first fire them up, how long they're going to take to fire up. So we're going to go ahead, fire this one up first. And this is going to be real time on how long it takes these from startup to actually where you can program them after they do their little warm-up sequence, just so you know the fastest. I believe this one's a lot faster. One thing I want to talk about, I don't know if you heard it, the fan back here immediately started running on the top of the head. When it realized that the light part was not on, the bulb or the LED diode was not on, it shut off. That fan is only on when this light is on. If your light's on DMX and you turn it to blackout mode, as soon as the fan realizes that, hey, that light's not on, it shuts off after it cools everything down. The only fans that are running are on here. So that's pretty cool. It's not, wearing out the fan when it don't need to be on because the light's not on. So here we are, probably roughly, 10 seconds maybe? Now, it's going to turn back towards you. Very quiet fans in this, let me tell you here. This one back here gets a little loud, but hey, it's keeping that light cool. Again, 100-watt LED diode in this. All right, it goes to that, which is called home, and then it takes off. And instantly, it focused. It realized what it was in, and it shot focus. So there, what were we? Maybe 15 seconds, if that. And we're up and operating. So, yeah, very, very quick. Like I said, the gobos on this thing are extremely nice. I really like this one. So it was nice and quiet. Didn't have any, problems when it started up. I think it does really good. The movements are very quiet. It has a little bit of noise, but that's just the motors. That's going to be noticeable. But yeah, I think it's a nice light. We're going to go ahead and plug this in. I want to be very quiet because I want you to hear the noises that this makes when it fires up. Again, the fan not working because the light is not on. But do you hear that knocking noise? You hear that? What is it? What could it be? So it's something coming up in here. I assume it's something it does because it does it every single time. Both units that I have of this do it. And it's operational. So I counted roughly about 25, 26 seconds. So about another 7 seconds, 8 seconds longer than this one took off. So yeah, a little different. Again, it's only a 90 watt. As you can see, the movements are very, it doesn't have a problem moving. The gobos, I don't know if you'll be able to see them behind me going, but they're not exactly, a few of them, that one kind of, what do you call it? It fizzled out. But this one over here has a much better, and again, they both have master slave, but they will not sync together because they're totally different units. They have totally, now, if you're wanting to have some lights that will sync together and work properly, buy your lights together. If you want 4 of these, buy them all together because the version and the software that the programming that the software is might be different and they may not compat up. So Shehds had sent me this one for review. I'm looking at getting another one. I'm actually looking at possibly getting 4 of them and 86 in these. When I mean by 86, I don't mean throw away. I mean just put away for later use. So it just depends. All right, so we're optional. We're operational. The lights are running. You can see how they operate. The movements are very, they're not jerky. They do look really well. If you were having a home party, you have a couple of, different ones, set these up on, these look great even not hanging on a truss. Set them up in a couple corners of your house and plug them in, let them go. They're very cool. They're gonna, pretty much light up the entire house. All right, so in conclusion, my final thoughts and review is that this one I believe is okay if you're looking for a 90 watt light. If you're wanting something without the color wheel and you're just wanting something simple that has, you got a bunch of IECs, you got something you think this would look great with, you don't want the, you don't care about this not having handles or, having to unscrew and screw in the brackets all the time instead of just having a clip deal and snap, then this is the one for you, But I choose this one. It's a little lighter. like I said, I can pick it up. I actually pick it up with one hand. I don't think I can do that with this one. No. So I can pick it up with this one hand. You know, it does look good hanging from a truss. The color wash is probably one of the best color washes I've seen, which it does give some ambient line out. It's not like a super amount of light that's going to blind you or anything, but it lets you see the head of the unit as it pans and turns. You know, and this going something like this and kind of going like that as it's on a truss, you know, bouncing around like that as it's changing colors and moving the gobos around, which getting the ADJ My DMX Stream bridge, and that's what that's going to allow me to do with stuff like that. So again, I think the 100-watt moving head is the way to go because of the color wash here. It does have kind of like a diffuser, kind of like a ghosted type lens over it, so it's not as noticeable as some of the wash heads. It kind of hides it. But it's on the DMX, you can control how bright that is. You can control what show it's doing. It's got several different shows. This one's just, I mean, like I said, it makes the clicking noise when it starts up. This one does not. Makes you wonder if there's something in there that's not working right. It is IEC, so you always got to worry about, you know, vibrations, it bouncing around. Is that power cable going to fall off? And when you got these things 10, 12, 15 feet in the air, it's not exactly easy to go up there and plug it back in. Power con, you simply plug it in, set it, clip it, and forget it. So anyway, guys, that's my thought of the Shehds 100 watt versus the Unbranded 90 watt mover. Like I said, Shehds does have one of these, and it might even be better. It is a 6 prism instead of 3 prism. These here are pretty nice. They have them with or without the color wash on them. I think the color wash is pretty cool. I'm probably going to try to maybe 86 these and get maybe get a couple more of these. So anyway, thanks Brian for setting this up. Again, thank you for Shehds for all the awesome equipment that you guys have sent. All right, guys, and there you see how the difference is between the 100 watt, the 90 watt, and this is a 275 watt 10R. There's the difference. You can see how much smaller those are compared to the bigger one. Like I said, if you're wanting bigger ones, they're nice, but definitely the little lights are nice and compatible. They're definitely portable. So definitely go check out both moving heads, but I definitely would choose the 100 watt from Shehds. I think there's, you know, the build quality is better. It has handles. I mean, the power con in, the power con out is definitely better than not having a power out to daisy chain. And then the color wash on there. It all comes with it. A little bit more money than what this is worth, but you get more bang for your buck. I think these are running about $225 a piece, and these are a little over $300 a piece. Better light, better gobos, better crisp color. The focus is so much better on it. That focus does not work worth the crap. Some of the times, you know, it will focus, sometimes it don't. And like I said, there's just kind of a what size they are compared to a 10R. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next one.